Welcome to In the Box Seat on the SA Sports Show. I'm Ray Fewings. Got a wonderful week of greyhound racing coming up this week. We've got the $36,000 Breeders' Plate final. It's a terrific clash. My Little Star's gone on a winning spree lately, but she's up against a really good one in Super Looper, and they've drawn boxes 1 and 7 respectively. I'm a bit worried about My Little Star. If it happens to be half length early, it might want to get off the track and get into trouble. On the other hand, it may well jump clear and lead all the way because Super Looper is a hit and miss beginner. On the program tonight, we'll be introducing you to Angela Modra, who's currently training a star dog by the name of True Pal with unlimited speed, and we'll be talking with her on the show. Having a look around, apart from the Breeders' Plate in Australia this week, we've got the Radio Sport National Sandown Cup for the stayers over the 731 at Sandown Park, and the heats are on the 17th and the final on the 24th. And of course, not forgetting that semi-classic, the Breeders' Plate. Wonderful money there. And we'll also have the heats of the Shane McQueen Memorial, one of the great men of greyhound racing in SA. He set up McQueen's restaurant here, got the greyhound caper well and truly on track, unfortunately died a very early death. As far as the tips are concerned for this week, the fourth event on Wednesday, the Honeys have gone for number 4, Flying Candy, which is trained by Angela Modra. We'll ask her about that. Finished a long way behind the winner at last 3, but efforts before that have been quite creditable and continues to be around the mark. And should be an each-way chance, the Honeys say. And they've also gone Wednesday for race 8, number 8, Alan Radnor. He's got back to something like his best form and handles the 8 box okay. He's in one of the shorts on Wednesday. He was beaten by Flash of Passion in record time last week, but should have finished closer. It's probably the best way to describe it. He got checked early in the event. On Thursday night, the Honeys have gone for race 4, number 1, Crazy Heart. She's back to the 600 for Bruce Lellman, the very popular trainer. And also they've gone for a Victorian, race 5, number 4, Lasting Effect, which hails all the way from Wangaratta. The first fours for the girls, race 4 on Thursday night, 1784, and in race 5, 4358. The In the Box Seat tip is My Little Star in the Produce Final. That's race 8, number 1, shooting for 9 in a row. Look out, Black Caviar. And, of course, my dogs to watch. On Wednesday, I've gone for race 8, number 7, Walter Bale. He's a newie over from Victoria with a pretty good record. And race 11, number 8, Vanilla Gorilla. He trialled very well recently. And on Thursday night, event 3, number 8, High Crimes. He's been missing for a couple of weeks with injury, but he's a very fast dog and can set up a big lead. And race 6, number 1, Pint's Delight. We'll meet our special guest now. I lied before when I said we had a special guest. We've got 2 special guests. Angela Modra, one of the most experienced lady greyhound trainers in Australia, and Sandra Reid, who is steeped in greyhound tradition from Victoria, daughter of Paul Hogan, who's one of the pioneers of modern-day greyhound racing in Victoria. Welcome, ladies.
Well, thank you. Yes, thank you. Pleasure to be here.
And Sandra, you're here in Adelaide on holidays to catch up with your old pal?
Yes, Ange and I have been mates for many years. I hate to think how long.
46.
46, she tells me.
You're both 46, or you've been friends for 46?
Absolutely.
Friends for 46 years.
All right, we'll accept that. Angela, you're having a good run at the moment with your dogs. In fact, you always have a good run. And, of course, you had Silver Saul back many, many years ago. And in recent times, you've come across another good, handy one on the improve called True Pal.
Yes, I was really lucky to get him. Mrs. Loveday asked me to look after him for a little while because she was having, difficulties at home with her husband. But anyway, he started to work really well, so I've been training him ever since.
And he's also graduated from the 400. He's now running the 515. What do you think's his best trip?
Oh, definitely the 500. If I can keep him sound enough to do it, once a week or twice a week sometimes. Yeah, if he stays sound, 500's good.
And, of course, you've got your old faithfuls in Gypsy Spy and Only Jess. And more recently, you've won races with their brother, who's was pretty old when he got to win his first race in Club 7.
Yes, he had an injury, so I put him in a yard. And then, of course, Ray got sick and things, and I didn't do much with him. And I think he's just sort of starting off now. It's starting off like a pup.
Well, he's certainly on the improve. He won again on Sunday.
Yes, he did. That was a surprise.
And I guess because of the loss of your husband, you haven't bred too many youngsters. All your dogs have got a bit of age on them.
Yes, no, we didn't breed. I haven't bred any at all because, for obvious reasons. I'm just getting over that now, so we'll be breeding again. Yes, with Gypsy Spy and Only Jess, and a bitch called Atalady.
Mm-hmm. And do you have any straws left of the old fellow Silver Saul? Because he was a great dog.
He certainly was, and he was a leading stud dog here for many years, as you know. And yes, I will be breeding again with his straw, and I've got 11 stored, and I'm going to sell 6. So if anyone's interested, they can contact me because I'll only need a few.
Wish there were a few straws around when Paul Hogan had his champion dogs. We go back, I can recall, Sandra, Dinah Jet and the Fairbairn Lady and some of those.
Dynamic Dean.
A very long time, yeah. Dinah Jet was the foundation bitch, and Peter Thompson owned her, and Dad was fortunate enough to share in the litter. A friend of his, Ken Burgess, owned half the litter, and Dad used to train them for Ken. And that was the start of Fairbairn Queen and Fairbairn Lady and all of the Fairbairn line. And it was very successful for many years.
And then I think there was the Delbairns too, wasn't there? Did they come from them?
Delbairn was a dog. He was a stud dog. And then we had Delbairn Babe, who was a stayer, a champion stayer. Yes, so he had to change a bit because the Fairbairn dogs got too short in price every time they started because they were so good. So he thought rather than use that prefix, he would change the naming. And we had a few Delbairn dogs and then just different names.
And what about you? Have you been involved in the greyhounds too?
Yes, I trained for many years. I trained Dynamic Dean when he won the Melbourne Cup in 75. I was a professional trainer back then. I trained a lot of dogs for a bookmaker called Lel Scurra, and some of Dad's dogs when he retired. But I found having a family and having a lot of dogs was just too much, so I had 3 children and decided to give it away for a while, but keep filtering back in every so often, having just a few dogs for a bit of an interest.
Has the game changed much, ladies, do you think, over all the years you've been involved?
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
In what way?
Oh, just the dogs don't seem to be strong anymore. They seem to be getting a little bit weaker as far as injuries are concerned. I don't know if we're breeding with speedy dogs that break down. I don't know, but yeah, hopefully they'll come good again with the imports, all the imports now.
For me, the atmosphere's changed. It used to be great fun to come to the dogs. A lot of people at the dogs were the bookmakers, so that's all gone. And you come to the dogs now, and the only people here are the people that are racing the dogs. So
and that's Victoria too?
That's Victoria too, yeah. Except on the big nights, Melbourne Cup night, you get a big crowd. But it would be nice to see a lot of people come back to the dogs and enjoy what we enjoyed over the years. And I think that's happening in Victoria at the moment. They've got buy and sell auctions, syndications happening. And we're trying to get a lot more people interested and involved and wanting to come to the races and see their dogs race.
Gee, you'd love to have Dynamic Dean going around now. He could win $500,000 in a few months.
Yes, when I look back at what he earned in comparison to what you can earn today, but then it's all relevant to what money was worth in those days. Like, that's going back 30-odd years. So, yeah, the money was very good to us in those days, but it would be a lot better now, I would imagine, pro rata.
Well, ladies, it's been a pleasure talking with you. And you've got runners on Wednesday and Thursday, Angela.
Yes.
Gypsy Spy, I notice, has drawn the wrong side of the track.
Oh, don't tell me, not again. I haven't.
She's drawn one.
Yet. Absolutely, yeah.
Well, she likes it out wide. So
yeah, that's right. It's a shame.
All right, it's been a pleasure talking with you. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
And don't forget, for all of your greyhound information, you can go to grsa.com.au and catch this particular segment, or you can get it on Channel 44 every Tuesday night, round about the 9:15 on the SA Sports Show. I'll catch you at the track.